Hi, I'm Donald Osborne. This is a 1948 step-down Hudson Commodore. But why don't you step up and become a subscriber to the Audrain Museum Network? It's easy. Just hit the button and be sure to hit the bell icon to be notified of all the great new content we post. Come on and join us. Today, I'm here with one of my favorite cars in the exhibition, this 1948 Hudson Commodore. And you can tell I'm wearing my sailing pants because, after all, what would a Commodore wear? The Hudson Commodore is a wonderful story to me of great adventure and advance in the automotive industry, and also a measure of how cruel the automotive industry is. It's 1948. Think of the automotive scene. The post-war automotive crush is overwhelming. People want new cars. They haven't been able to buy them for years, and the auto manufacturers are just introducing their newest ideas. Ideas that were stopped dead cold in World War II. The Hudson Commodore was an amazing advance for the time. In 1948, this is the lowest, sleekest, most aerodynamic car you could buy. And it was also proving itself with the Hudson Hornet model on the racetracks at NASCAR, on the beaches. It was absolutely astonishing car, the height of the market. And then, 4 years later, the Hudson Dedicated models were gone, subsumed into rebadged Nashes, and then the Hudson nameplate would disappear altogether by 1957. It's a measure of what the automotive pace was in the immediate post-war period in the early 50s. Hudson came up with brilliant designs, this step-down chassis, where the passenger floors are lower than the side rails of the chassis, which gives not only a very distinctive lower look, but also gives the car a lower center of gravity for better handling. These cars not only looked fast, they were fast in a way that would also look forward to the great late 1950s land yachts. This is the kind of car that pushed the legislators to develop an interstate highway system because we could travel across the country in comfort, at speed, and safely. This particular car is a really special model because it's almost completely original. It's received one repaint in its original color scheme, and it has a completely original interior with wonderful detailing that just speaks to the time. The Commodore was a top-of-the-line Hudson, and it has all of the luxury features and trim that you'd expect in a top-of-the-line car. You think about Cadillac and Lincoln and Chrysler Imperials. This car was built with a level of details that surpassed those models. And indeed, as a big fan of custom-built Italian cars, this car has that wonderful custom-built feel. This particular model also has almost every factory accessory available, from spotlights to sunshades, rear blinds, rear wiper. It's an absolute top-of-the-line showplace for the Hudson Commodore. These cars are also great to drive. I had the opportunity to drive this car briefly a couple of years ago, and I'm looking forward to taking it out on the road for a full road test on our YouTube channel in the future. But these cars give a measure of security that you couldn't imagine in a 1930s car or even an early 1940s car. They feel totally modern today as a driver. It's a real shame that, like Packard later, Hudson just did not have the resources to keep up with the development pace, the V8 engines, automatic transmissions, and the redesigns and restylings that were necessary in the 1950s to stay ahead of the competition. To go from market leader to a footnote by 1957 is a really sad story, but one that's been repeated in the automotive industry time and time again. When you think about 1948, with this astonishing Hudson Commodore, we might have had the amazing Tucker 48. It was an incredible time of great adventure and resourcefulness in the automotive industry, and one which I greatly miss. Come to our exhibition here, Land Yachts, Cruising the Interstate Highways, and see the fruits of that labor. We welcome you to our show. Thanks.